Rodrigo Duterte, the former firebrand president of the Philippines, has long been a figure of immense controversy. His rise to power in 2016 was marked by populist rhetoric and a promise to eradicate crime and corruption. Central to this promise was his infamous war on drugs, a campaign that would define his presidency and ultimately lead to his appearance before the International Criminal Court, or ICC. Duterte's approach to law and order was anything but conventional. He openly encouraged extrajudicial killings of suspected drug dealers and users. This led to a surge in violence across the Philippines, with thousands dead at the hands of both police and vigilante groups. Human rights organizations condemned the killings, alleging widespread human rights abuses and a culture of impunity under Duterte's watch. Despite international criticism, Duterte remained defiant. He defended his methods as necessary to combat the drug epidemic plaguing the Philippines. His supporters lauded him as a strongman leader who wasn't afraid to take decisive action. However, the ICC's decision to investigate the killings cast a long shadow over Duterte's legacy. The ICC's involvement marked a turning point in the narrative. It signaled that even heads of state were not above the law, and that crimes against humanity would not be tolerated, regardless of political motivations. The world watched with bated breath as Duterte's case unfolded, a stark reminder of the delicate balance between national sovereignty and international justice. The International Criminal Court's case against Rodrigo Duterte centers around the charge of crimes against humanity. This grave accusation stems from the thousands of deaths associated with his brutal war on drugs campaign. The ICC alleges that these killings, many of which were extrajudicial, constitute a systematic and widespread attack against the civilian population of the Philippines. The court's investigation, launched in 2019, focused on the period between November 1, 2011, and March 16, 2019. This time frame encompasses Duterte's tenure as mayor of Davao City, where his violent approach to crime first gained notoriety, and his time as president of the Philippines. The ICC argues that Duterte's rhetoric and policies created an environment where extrajudicial killings were not only tolerated, but encouraged. Duterte's first appearance before the ICC on March 14, 2025, marked a historic moment. Appearing via video link from the ICC detention center, Duterte's identity was verified, and he was formally informed of the charges against him. He was represented by his legal team, led by lawyer Salvador C. Medialdea. Duterte's defense team immediately raised objections, claiming that he was abducted and is too ill to stand trial. However, the court-appointed doctor deemed him fit for trial, allowing the case to proceed. The world watched as a former head of state stood accused of crimes against humanity, a stark reminder of the power and importance of international justice. With Duterte's initial appearance at the ICC completed, the focus now shifts to the next crucial stage, the confirmation of charges hearing scheduled for September 23, 2025. This hearing will be pivotal in determining whether there is sufficient evidence to proceed with a full trial. The prosecution team will present their case, while Duterte's defense team will have the opportunity to challenge the evidence and present their arguments. The ICC's decision to proceed with the confirmation of charges hearing despite the Philippines' withdrawal from the Rome Statute in 2019 is significant. It reaffirms the court's jurisdiction over crimes committed during the Philippines' membership, sending a clear message that states cannot evade accountability by simply withdrawing from the ICC. The road to justice is often long and arduous, and the ICC's case against Duterte is no exception. The court's proceedings are meticulous and thorough, designed to ensure a fair and impartial trial. The evidence will be carefully scrutinized, and all sides will have the opportunity to present their case. The outcome of the confirmation of charges hearing will have significant implications for both Duterte and the Philippines. If the charges are confirmed, it will pave the way for a full trial, potentially leading to a landmark conviction of a former head of state. A dismissal of the charges, however, would be a setback for the ICC, and could embolden other leaders accused of similar crimes. Duterte's trial has sent shockwaves throughout the Philippines and the international community. Reactions have been mixed, reflecting the polarizing nature of Duterte's legacy and the complex issues at stake. Within the Philippines, Duterte's supporters have condemned the ICC's actions as an infringement on national sovereignty. They view the trial as a politically motivated attack on a leader who fought for his people. Rallies have been held in support of Duterte, with many expressing outrage at his arrest and detention. Internationally, human rights organizations and many Western governments have welcomed the ICC's decision to pursue charges against Duterte. They see it as a victory for international justice and a crucial step towards ending impunity for crimes against humanity. The trial is being closely watched as a test case for the ICC's ability to hold powerful leaders accountable. Duterte's trial represents a watershed moment in the evolution of international law. It underscores the growing recognition that certain crimes, such as crimes against humanity, are so heinous that they transcend national borders and demand a global response. Regardless of the outcome, this case will undoubtedly shape the future of international criminal justice for years to come.